Good morning, Internet. Welcome back to the channel. We're having a phenomenal day. I'm in Roswell, New Mexico. I'm going to go check out the Roswell Space Museum. In 1947, a UFO was supposedly crashed in Roswell. The government said it was a weather balloon. Other people said it was actual spacecraft. I'm going to go check out for myself, let you viewers know what I found. I'm also going to go to White Sands National Park, where there's white sands, and they also did missile testing, so rocket testing, a whole bunch of testing was there for bombs and things like that. I'm going to go check that out and on to my next stop. So hopefully it's going to be a phenomenal day. It's not that hot out, which is great because I'm in the desert. I don't want a lot of heat on me in the desert. So keep you updated. It's downtown Roswell, and I only have to go maybe less than a mile to the Roswell Museum. And that's where I'm headed. So this is what Roswell looks like downtown. Welcome to downtown Roswell. Matt Brazel and Debris Field. So I am at the Interpretive Center, or the museum, for Roswell. And I'm going to go inside it and check it out. Hey, good morning. How are you?
Just one?
Just one.
Alrighty. And what state are you from?
Michigan.
Michigan. Okay. I tell you what, I can take that and put that right back here if you want to leave it here while you're going through the museum. Yeah.
So where was the actual crash site?
About 75 miles northwest of here by Corona.
75 miles northwest here. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll go there.
Huh?
Maybe I'll go there.
Well, you can't get to it.
Oh, you can't get to it?
It's a private ranch now. It's been sold 2-3 times since then.
Okay.
And everything, and now it's just an operating ranch with cattle and horses on it.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10 more makes 20. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thanks.
You put your bracelet on?
Okay. But in 1947, there was a crash, she said, about 75 miles northwest of here, in Roswell, New Mexico. And they said that they recovered some alien bodies and spacecraft. So let's go check it out. So this is the model of what the spacecraft looked like. It got struck by lightning, and it was reconstructed. You know, I thought it was like a flying saucer, but it looks like a triangle. And it was supposedly struck by lightning. And wow, I did not know that. This is the rancher who found the spacecraft. Debris bigger than a football field, consisting of strange metallic stuff. Wow. So in this depiction, it looks like a flying saucer skidded into the ground. They have news articles and articles of everything that happened day by day. So when the guy said it was a weather balloon, he actually knew it wasn't a weather balloon. And the victims of the wreck in the disc, they will ship. MJ-12 was the 12 people that were involved in stopping the news from getting out. So here's Bob Lazar. He said that he actually was reconstructing the UFO and came up with element 1.
Where copies of above top secret documents were disclosed by unknown sources to the general public. Codename Majestic 12, or MJ-12. This apparent briefing report for President-elect Dwight Eisenhower detailed a secret committee of scientists, military officers, and government officials formed in 1947. The group was assembled by executive order by President Harry S. Truman to oversee the analysis and study of the Roswell crash. Such a concept was also referred to as the Unholy 13 by other military officers. Countless hours of archival research and document examination has been done in an effort to substantiate the validity of the papers, contrary to declarations of hoax by such federal agencies as the FBI. In recent years, many similar documents have been publicized and proven to be completely bogus, but the original Majestic 12 briefing papers still remain highly debated as to their authenticity.
So the 579th Strategic Missile Squadron that handled the atomic bomb and everything else are the ones that came here. They were the closest. They knew everything about spacecraft, weather balloons, and everything else. And they said it was a spacecraft. And then they had to change it to, no, it was a weather balloon. So, you know, who do you believe? I don't know. But interesting, isn't it? So here's some artifacts. Crash site artifacts. This is classified. Not anymore. It's out to YouTube. Wow, so this steel fragment right here, I don't know if you can see it or not. Steel fragment right there. Under magnification, this fragment shows fracture marks indicative of extreme stress. The material is magnetic and has been machined. The fragment on display has no rust, even though it's been buried in the dirt. The artifact has never been tested to determine its composition or possible origin. So Hollywood actually made a movie called Roswell, UFO Cover-Up. Did not know that. Maybe I'll watch the movie. We're going to get a little more information about this. Supposedly this is what the bodies look like. Right here. Do you believe? Is the question. In the year 400 to 600 AD, there was a tomb that had a lid on it, and the lid was like this. And when they deciphered it, it shows that there's controls. It was in a spacecraft, 2-moon planet. You know, there's a whole bunch of different things, oxygen systems, everything else on this. And this is kind of a larger picture of what it looked like.
For a very long time, that the depiction here is of King Pakal sitting in some type of a spacecraft.
Was translated into a 3D replica by model maker Paul Francis.
When I saw this, I instantly said, there's a guy in a space capsule. You know, it doesn't need to be spelled out for me. I don't have to find anything. It was already there. It was carved many, many years ago.
So this King Pakal, on his tomb, which they found on the lid of it, was this. This is a replica of the carving that they carved out of stone that was on it. And then someone did a 3D model, which looks like this. And this is the interpretation of what that model has to show. But he was actually riding in a spacecraft. So, this is all pretty amazing. This is Pakal. And then there's the Aztec lines, which are different than here. This was Mayan, and this was Inca. So there are different UFO classifications. So you have nocturnal light, daylight disc, radar visual, close encounters of the first kind, which you see the object more than 500 feet away. The second kind is that you see that object, but there's some material disturbance around. The third kind is that you see the actual being from the craft, and the fourth kind is where you get abducted or you have interaction with the being. These are the different classifications of UFO sightings. So there are actually alien implants. They said they're extremely rare. They're not tracking devices, and they're evolving, but there's research being done on this. So That's what they look like. The one that they found. This is something they found in somebody. New Delhi, India, 2015. So the United States has over 50 years of spacewalking, and it started really from the Apollo missions in the 1960s, and it migrated to where it is today. But these are the different, the Apollo, Gemini International Space Station. So the newest telescope was launched December 25th of 2021, and it's going to surpass the Hubble telescope, and it's gonna do amazing things. I would highly recommend going to the Roswell Museum. You can spend hours if you want to read everything, but it's pretty interesting to see all the different artifacts that they have, and then you can make a decision. Was it a weather balloon or was it something else? All right, I think it's official. I think I've been abducted by the BMW. It now has me in a space outfit. See right here, head to toe. And I don't know, do you believe? Kind of interesting after going through that museum. So it makes me think, is there something else out there? New Mexico, we're talking 5 miles west. This is what the terrain looks like. Do you want to know what the terrain looks like in Roswell, New Mexico? This is what it looks like. It's only 20 miles outside of Roswell. Look at this. You go from areas that are flat, desolate, dry, and then you go up into the mountains, and it's all pine trees. I did not have any idea that New Mexico was like this. Apache Summit. It's 7,500, almost 7,600 feet high. So that's what I just climbed up, and it got cold. You can really feel the temperature dropping. But this is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Sure you can't see this, but directly ahead of me is the white sands. It's completely white. So when you drive across America, there is so much to see. You just go from point A to point B, and you can stop, take you days if you wanted to see everything. But right now, I am at the White Sands National Park, and I'm gonna go check it out. But the White Sands is where the home of the United States missile and space testing started. And they used to do all their missile testing here at the White Sands. But I'm gonna go check out, go into the visitor center right now. So they have it's called a Day in the Dunes, Dunes Drive. And they say that you have to call ahead of time because sometimes they close the drive down due to the fact that they're missile testing. Huh, good to know. So the White Sands, the dunes, the dune field isn't just wide, it's also deep. the space of the dunes, if you went down 30 feet, you'd still get sand. And they said there's so much sand here that it would be 4.5 billion tons of gypsum sand are here, enough to fill 45 million boxcars full of sand. The train long enough to circle the Earth over 25 times. This is what it looks like. White Sands Missile Range. It's pretty cool. And today I'm going to drive to Las Cruces. So I just went through these mountains right here. Here's from space, what it looks like from space. 275 square miles of white sands of Tula Basin make up the world's largest gypsum dune field. Though gypsum sand is geologically unique, the mineral is mined from many purposes. In fact, you eat about 2 pounds of gypsum during your lifetime. How? Gypsum is a common ingredient in toothpaste, beer, tofu, chocolate, and more. It's also used in construction for wallboard and other items. 115 square miles of the dune field are protected within this monument, so you won't find this white sand in your toothpaste or wallboard. So White Sands Desert is surrounded by mountains. Gets around 10 inches of rainfall a year, but the water has no place to go, so it actually creates its own lakes. And what's really amazing is that when the lake appears, things like brine shrimp appear out of the sand. So the eggs can lay dormant for 10, 20, even 100 years. And then when they get water on it, they hatch. Brine shrimp comes to life, the birds come and have a feast. But it's remarkable that an egg can last 100 years in the sand. Dunes there. You can take a 15-mile drive around the dunes at 15 miles an hour if you want to. Side of the dunes. Well, I am done videoing for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a big thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I'll catch you on the next video. And I am in Las Cruces, which I found out is the second largest city in New Mexico, and they're known for their green chilies. So I'm gonna have to try some green chilies before I leave this area. But I went to Target and I bought some food. I'm gonna make myself a salad. It sounds really good. But thanks for joining my journey. Hope you enjoyed it. Talk to you soon.